I ain't got no say so over it. I just go out there and I try to do my job.
DeVonta, this will be the third game, I think, this season you and AJ will play together. I mean, still kind of growing. I mean, I know you played all season last year. Are you still kind of growing and learning, what you guys can do together this year?
Yeah, every year is different. Every week is different. So every week you're trying to, see what you have going for that week and, try to build off of what you did last week.
Sirianni and several offensive players talked about the need to get plays in faster, to get going faster. From the wide receiver end, what's the role in helping that?
Getting to the ball. I feel like it starts with everybody. It starts with us getting to the ball faster, not walking out of the huddle.
As a Louisiana guy, what's your insight on Malik Neighbor?
He's a nice player. I've been watching him for a while. I love what he's doing. Hopefully he's back this week because I do want to see it. Looking forward to seeing it. But great player. Young guy, has a lot of energy, and I know right now he's playing very well.
And DeVonta, AJ has talked a lot about, and a lot of players, about how everyone wants to see this perfect game, this big explosive performance on offense. Do you see you guys getting closer to that, and how hard is that to achieve on a weekly basis?
I'm going to say this. There's no such thing as a perfect game. It's not going to happen. Everybody wants to see a perfect game. You're never going to see a perfect game because it's never going to happen. It's the NFL. Everybody's professionals. Everybody makes mistakes. Even the greatest make mistakes. So you'll never see a perfect game, but we're definitely trying to get close to it. I think we're building in that right direction, and we just have to keep doing that.
What's that look like?
Getting out the huddle faster so we can, have time to react to things. We won't be scrambling to try to rush and do things, and just going out there just execute.
What have you seen? Obviously, if Dallas can't play, a guy like Grant Calcaterra probably gets more opportunities. What have you kind of seen from him over the years?
You've been seeing it every day with Grant. Even when Dallas was here, the plays that he make in practice. It's all about opportunities and things like that. And now he's going to get it. And we have full faith in him. We know he's going to make those plays.
Hence, Cleveland, tempo was a big part of it. Why do you think tempo makes you guys play with more of a sense of urgency and a little bit sharper?
I think we play a lot better when we're going fast. So less thinking on our part and just us going out there just executing and playing fast. And I think it kind of gives the edge when you say tempo. It kind of registers everybody we're going faster.
On your touchdown against the Browns, I mean, it could have been Saquon, it could have been not. They had a lot of defenders near the line of scrimmage. How have you noticed Saquon's influence and what it frees up for the rest of you?
When you have a great guy like that in the backfield, that's what's going to happen. But that team specifically, that's what they do. They play cover one, they play zero. They put a lot of they trust their guys to be one-on-one. They had a secondary that's very good, so that's their identity. So we knew going into the game that's what type of game it was going to be.
And how are the Giants different?
They play a different style of defense. Certain down and distances they play, cover one and things like that, but completely different structure.
How different is it from last year with Wink and this year changing a little bit of philosophy?
Oh, last year, Wink, everything was one, everything was zero, everything was a blitz.
Are you expecting some of that to come back, given that there's a degree of success?
I think we can expect that every week. No team that we've played so far has, realistically kind of done what they did on film. Like every week they go against kind of what they do. If they do it, they do it differently. So we know when we got to the point where we know we're not going to get what's on film. So we just have to kind of be ready to adjust on the fly.
Why do you think that is, DeVonta, that you're getting those different looks from what they're showing?
I don't know, but I think just being, a smart man would just be like, oh, I ain't gonna do what I did on film these past few weeks. I'm just gonna switch it up. I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I think it's kind of a smart thing to do.
Do you do that as an offense?
Yeah, you do, but majority of the time, offense, you're kind of dictating your play calls off of them, because you can't just call something and then they're in the coverage. They're playing a certain coverage and it's not going to work. So you have to call what you think they're going to play, what coverage they're doing, what you think is going to work.
And is it this year especially, like you guys are talking a lot about that, how this defense is disguising every single week. Is that happening more this season than maybe in the past?
Nah, I think that's the game of football. We're all pros. You have to disguise. If you don't disguise, guys are going to pick you apart.
There's a phrase I've heard often in here is player-led team. What does that phrase mean to you?
You know, guys, whether it's, you know, guys leading by example, guys being vocal and leading. You know, the coaches can only do so much. Yes, it means a lot when the coaches say something, but it means a lot more when, you know, one of the guys in his locker room say something, or you're watching the guy, he's always doing things the right way.
When you talk about like playing off what you see from the defense, is that kind of standard what y'all have done in recent? Is that more this year? Is that partly why, you know, you're maybe slower to a play, trying to see what you got in front of you?
I think that's just football in general.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't just go out there and be like, oh, I'm going to call this play when you know they're playing cover 4, and you call something that's not going to work in just cover 4. So I think it's always been like that. You have to call based on what you think they're doing.
Obviously, like a difference this year is you guys have Saquon and stuff. So like, I know you haven't really had the whole offense together and everything like that. But like, how much, you know, can you make them pay if they're like focusing on stopping him or vice versa? You know?
Yeah. You know, as a receiver, that's what we want. We want people to focus on Saquon because it just leaves us one-on-one. But you know, sometimes some teams they don't like to do that. They like to, you know, worry about the passing game and try to depend on us running the ball. And some teams try to take away the run game and just be like, oh, they'll beat us with passing the ball. So every week you just have to kind of go in and see what it is, and you know, once you get into the flow of the game, you kind of understand what's going to happen, how it's going to be.
How long does that take usually? Like, can you tell pretty much right away what they're trying to take away?
Not right off bat, because they may come out first series, do something, the next series do something different. So I would say probably about second series, third, you'll probably be like, okay, this is what they're doing. Are they sticking with it, or are they doing something differently?
To now have like 2 games where all of y'all, I mean, Saquon involved and AJ and you involved, does that kind of give y'all more answers, I guess, into a third time?
I would say the answers would be what they're doing. I don't think, well, I'm not going to say I don't think that, but when you get out there, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. I think regardless of who's out there, they're going to do what they're going to do, and you have to go out there and just be able to adjust to that.
So catch us up. How do you think you're doing this year?
We're all right, man. We're all right. We got the room to get better, obviously, but I mean, we're in a good headspace. We know what we got to do. We know what we had to fix, and we just decided to get back out there, have another opportunity. It's a long season. We're in game 6. Game 6. So, you know, we're excited to get out there. Excited. I mean, it's the first divisional rivalry, so always got our hair up for that. So, ready to get out there.
Where do you think you've improved the most as a group, you know, from game 1 to game 5?
I'd say chemistry, man. Chemistry. You know, you got guys like Book, Mo getting in the flow of the game, and it's just it's really exciting to see those guys excel. You know, people that overlook them, obviously, but you know, they're really important for our defense, and they're important to the D-line, and it's just like how we play together. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Everybody has them. But when we can play off each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we can be like, all right, there's no drop-off when the other guys come in. Doesn't matter who's in this situation, who's in the game. We all playing at the same high level, and I think that that's really important for us as a D-line. We're only carrying 5. So it's like, you know, it's only 5 of us. So, you know, if one drops down, it's a world of problems that we got to fix. So I think where we're at now is just chemistry, and we're just trying to keep that together. Obviously, our effort's always going to be there. We're always here to play. But it's just that's what it is. We're just trying to build off that, build off of that energy, and then just let that energy flow into the defense.
Within the 5, you know, there are different sets. You guys have like 3 interior on the line or 2. How would you describe your role within that, where you fit?
Anchor, man. Golly. You see, I just picked my shirt up and wiped my face. Can you repeat that question?
Just your role within that group. Sometimes y'all throw 2 interior out there, 3 interior out there. What would you describe your role as?
Whatever the role is. If I'm out there and it's 2 people, you know that you have to set the anchor. You have to make sure that you get off. You have to read our keys for pass rushing. I think that's a very important thing that we're starting to pick up on now. It's just making sure that we're reading our keys and the pre-snap things that we got to get fixed. But other than that, 3, 2, doesn't matter. We know obviously with 3, have to be a little bit more stout. We have to make sure because the middle of the field might be open. So we have to make sure that, you know, we're like the line of defense like that. But, you know, with 2 guys, we know that we have the linebackers and they'll make us right. But, you know, it's just all about situational football. And then, you know, we just got to play what we got. If it's 3 on there, good. If it's 2 on there, great. We just got to play.
There was a lot of talk about the
Lawrence,
leader.
a player who either his playing style or his career path is he someone you watched and followed?
Well, you know, Dexter is from North Carolina, Wake Forest. So, you know, I've been seeing him since I was a sophomore when I just started playing football. So, played him in the championship game. We won that. But just seeing him through his career at Clemson and seeing him at New York, I mean, has done obviously well for himself, and I think that's just something that we all can learn from. We all can take pieces of his game, especially for big body guys like him, like Dexter, Vita, like guys like that. It just lets you know that it is possible for a big dude, and it might not be the most athletic, you might not be the strongest, you might not be the tallest, but those guys play with their strengths, and they play, they help their weaknesses with their strengths. So I think that's something that we can all learn from.
He's also someone year 1 and year 2, the numbers weren't prolific, but as the career went on, he kind of gained that reputation. Have you followed that component of it?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, that's just I feel like in the league, it's very hard to be ready out the box as a DT. And, if people you can, more power to them. But, it takes a lot. I mean, it's all about development. I know everybody's like, well, you're in the league, you're not supposed to develop. But you constantly develop every day. Every day you develop it. And, just to see the progression of those guys, and, it's inspiring. I'm not going to say that it's not. It's a rival and everything. But, we all human. We all have people that we look up to and want to be like. But, it's just the way he carries himself, where he progresses. It just lets you know that it's not a linear game. Like, football is not linear. It's going to be some times where you're just like up and down. There's going to be some times where you're going straight up. There's going to be some times where you're going straight down. But it's not linear. Obviously, as his career is tracking, it's going on the up and up. And, I mean, that's all we can work for. It's just going up. And, we just improve every day.
Jordan, there's a lot of talk about how young the defensive tackle was coming into the year. And how has your leadership in that league since the start of the season?
I mean, we all know we're young. Oldest dude is Milt. He's 25. So it's like, we all have that chip on our shoulder that we want to be better than what, anybody's anticipating. Only thing we can do is just work. That's the only thing we can do. We don't care about our age. We don't care about, who's the clear-cut oldest guy, clear-cut leadership. It's not anything that Mo says, I take it with as highly as the coach saying it, because, it's from Mo. Like, that's the guy that I respect. It's the guy that I trust. I work with him every single day. Same as Book. Like, anybody on that D-line, if they have something to say, we'll speak up and we'll say it. And that's just the type of leadership that we have. It's not like you do this, this, and this, and we telling you to do this. We're telling you to do this and this and this. It's just all we feeding off each other. If it's something that, somebody else sees that we can improve, shoot. Why are we holding back? We play on the same team. We all going for the same goal. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be a DB. You can tell me, hey, I need you to fit up like harder in this because I got support. I got to come down and B gap. I got you. I'm gonna sit there. But it's just like little stuff like that. It doesn't matter. We all just playing. Man. We all just playing for the same game. The most important thing for us is to win. That's the most important thing, and that's always gonna be the most important one. Doesn't matter where it's coming from. It's coach. I think the best teams that I've been a part of, you don't have coaches talking to you. It's more so from the players. And it's just like, yeah, we young. We're figuring this out as we go. But at the end of the day, we're going to play with effort. Sure.
How would you assess the way you played so far? I mean, this is probably the biggest opportunity you've had to play for a amount of time. How would you assess
It's good. Can we be better? We all can be better.
Well, Brandon, a lot being made of the improvements on this team coming off that win. How do you build momentum? I know a lot of people want to see this perfect game from this Eagles team, but do you see this progressing in the way you want it to?
I do. I really do. Like I say, we keep it all in-house. We go out here, we work hard every day. We had a great week. It's a great week. And that's all you can want from your team. You can't listen to the outside noise because everybody had you out here stressing, and it ain't even at that point because it's like, hey, we work, and I see that. And if it wasn't that, I wouldn't be preaching so hard on it. But I see us building every day, and who want to be perfect right away, and then you don't down the line. We was perfect that year. We went to Super Bowl. We ain't finished it. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather grind it out. If that's what it's going to be to get me a ring, hey, and keep building it, that's what you got to do. And I know we got the right people here. It's just we got to believe in it and make sure that we don't listen to that.
When you talk about that progression, on defense especially, what would you like to see this week to show that you are progressing this defense?
Just being consistent. We kept them out the zone last game. Let's keep it up. Why it got to be different than what we did this past game? So just bring that energy. Make sure that we just communicate. Make sure we play together and have fun doing it.
And how easy is it to get up for a game like this, a divisional game, first time against the Giants? I gotta imagine that's easy for you.
Well, yeah, it don't take much to get. It's the next opponent, but it just so happened to be an opponent that's in our division that we need to make sure we get a win on. And like I say, it's the preparation. Just stay consistent, whoever we playing, because whoever we playing is in the way of where we trying to go.
All good, guys?
Yeah, they're not good.
Oh, he's saying how much?
Yeah.
Who was their record? Oh, okay. I'm thinking like
So
what?
we're propping you up.
But you don't have the like as many as
Oh,
playing,
26.
but
I mean, yeah, it feel a little special, but yeah, no, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm damn sure don't want to be out there for sure.
Kai was talking about MetLife. You've talked about MetLife. Nobody
Yeah.
likes MetLife. Is that,
Yeah, it's not. It's just the stadium, y'all. It's not against nothing against the fans or nothing
No.
like that. Yeah, folks be thinking about you talk about their stadium, they get mad. You talk about the stadium, like dang, the stadium bad. Like it be like that, It's like go to the neighbor, your neighbor's yard is not cut, so they need to cut their grass.
You've long been pretty complimentary of players around the league that you like watching.
Hey, can you get to your locker? Yeah, my fault. Yeah, I'm gonna get you right now. I'm gonna let you get to your locker now. One thing I'm gonna let you do, you is my neighbor, but this is half of my house, so I need half of my rent due.
Does Q keep his grass cut?
Who?
Does Q keep his grass cut?
Oh yeah, Q gotta keep his grass cut right here. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't. Me and him get to fighting a lot. You know what I'm saying? Big brother had to handle him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Rough him up. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Then I gotta go sick him on folks sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? You ready to go?
You've long been pretty complimentary of players you like watching around the league. Like,
Yeah.
What do you like about Malik Neighbors, seeing them on tape?
He's just great receiver, man. Young guy that's really working, competitive guy that's living up to the LSU receiver corps thing. They got a great receiver corps coming out always out of LSU, and he's one of the next ones up right now. So he's doing a great job at what he doing. Contested catches, running routes. He got it in him.
Does it give you some like you like that juice, like going against a guy who's like?
I like all challenges. You know what I'm saying? I'm always juiced up on a Sunday. It's just I'm juiced up mostly because I'm blessed enough to play this game. It's fun. I have fun. I laugh. I giggle. I play out. I just go out there and have some fun. You know what I'm saying? I just got to get out there on an NFL Sunday. A lot of people can't do this job, so I'm just thankful that I was able to. So I be just having fun. So a matchup just don't really get me going like that. You know what I'm saying? I be just like, I get to play. You know what I'm saying? So that would be fun.
As far as uplifting players, that same sentiment on the other side, Deontay Banks is in the corner.
Yeah, I like him. I like him, man. Got a lot of swag. I'm watching his tape for sure because we played some of the teams they already played. So he's doing a good job, man. Only one game I saw him had not the best game, but he had a solid game. It was against Cleveland. We played him last year. Him and Coop was going to have a great battle. So I learned how to guard Coop even more better than I already was in my early days, just to maintain. I was like, okay, I see what he did. So I learned some little switch up stuff from him, watching him on film too as well. So yeah, he's a good player, man. He's gonna be good too in this league.
The rest of their receiving core a little bit different than Neighbors, but Slayton can make some plays.
Yeah.
Wandale Robinson's like manufactured touch guy like that. What do you see from those?
It's a solid combination, man. They got a guy that's they got their guy. They got a guy that can make up the slack for something, or got a big play guy. Got a guy that's an intermediate, medium guy, can get separation and run out the catch. So they got a great level of all three phases of the receiver core. So they're a great compliment to Jones, and it could be a great challenge for our secondary.
Thank you, Slay. I think the magic question everyone wants to know, just how are you feeling out there?
I feel great, yeah. Just kind of taking it week by week, just really focusing on what I can do to gain the trust of the coaches and my teammates, and just trying to fill whatever role they provide for me. So if that's special teams, if that's at safety, whatever it is, I'll be ready for it.
And how realistic do you think it is that you can play on Sunday?
I mean, it's realistic. That's obviously not up to me. That's up to the coaches. And just know that if my name is called, I'll be ready.
And what are those conversations like? Are you going and saying, I want to play, I'm noticing this?
Yeah, obviously I can show everything. I try and show by action, not be like in their office saying, yeah, I can do this. So, I just kind of take every day, give my best effort, work my ass off, and just try and provide on whatever unit they need me on. So if that's on defense or special teams. So, yeah.
Any
but
extra emotion going back to MetLife?
Emotion? Yeah. It is a place where I tore it. I realized that, but again, it's another year. I prepared, I dominated this ACL process, and it's just something that I prepared for, and obviously it's on my mind, but it's not something I'm superstitious about. Everything happens for a reason, and on that day, on January 7th, I tore my ACL for a reason, and what is it today, the 17th, 18th, whatever it is. I'm not worried about that. I'm just focused on what I can do to help the team, and how we're going to get this W.
And I can imagine it's some uneasiness where you don't really know what your role is solidified, but is there also relief that you're just playing football again?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, like that's what I love to do. This is what I want to do. Yeah, so it's nice to be back out there moving around, reading, reacting. That's a big thing. I really sat on the back and tried to give my my best effort of trying to understand the scheme from afar. But now being in there, reading, reacting, playing football, playing the game I love, it's been amazing. So, nothing but opportunity ahead and just kind of focusing on what I can do to be better for the next day.
And I know you haven't had an in-game action yet, but we saw you from training camp. You're always there, and I can see you doing the mental reps. Do you feel like that's going to translate, and have you noticed that maybe already in practice?
No, absolutely. I'm big on. I believe in that our practice habits become game day reality. So, I work that every single day. I give the best look I can on everything, and so, yeah, when the game time does come around, I'll be ready.
I know your brother just played the Giants. Do you watch? Do you call him? Does he send any tips? How does that work?
I mean, he's an offensive player, so it's 2 looks. I don't know if that man can play safety, but he can play running back. That's for sure. He's doing a great job out there. But yeah, no real tips from him. We're kind of working on, because we play him in the next couple weeks, so we're kind of working on keeping some distance before that week, because it's gonna be tough when that comes around, because we talk every single day. So yeah.
So you scheduled distance breaks when you're about to play each other.
Yeah, we're just gonna be a little break between the 2 of us. Yeah, no doubt. There's no way we can talk to each other that week.
So when does the breakup begin?
I'd say probably this weekend. Talk to him after his game on Sunday, and then split.
Does he know about the breakup?
It's mutual. No doubt.
You all good? Sydney, thank you very much.